All right, so good morning. I really don't have that much time because I have to go to the conference. However, normally at night, what I do is I sleep with my phone on silent, and my friends know that I'm an early bird, so I go to sleep extremely early. However, on last night, I decided to sleep with it on loud so that I can receive notifications just in case someone calls me because I'm too far from home, of course. And at about 3:16 here, 2:16 there, I got a call. Well, I actually got 2 text messages. And she was asking me, was I asleep or was I awake? And of course, I instantly knew that I should probably call her because all of my friends know I go to sleep early. Hey, Stacy. Hey, Mom. So I called her and I was like, what's wrong? And she had sent me this book. And she was just going on and on about, a hard place she was in with the person that she felt or that she thought she would possibly spend the rest of her life with. And as speaking from a young person's aspect, we oftentimes think that when we meet guys or when we meet people that will be lifetime partners or that we can make a lifetime commitment with, we oftentimes try to put up with a lot of things and try to go through different levels of commitment or different stages of commitment to see if that will be the person that we spend our life with. However, we go about it the wrong way. I caught myself recently in a very bad place or bad space. Not a bad space where it's like, oh my God, this is just the end of the world for me. Nothing like that. But just a space where I was dealing with things and trying to figure out answers in the wrong way. And I immediately went to church. And when I went, just so happened the word was about prayer. And it was just talking about the different levels of prayer, how, through prayer you develop things, through prayer you network, through prayer you work, through prayer you found out a lot of things. But the one that pretty much stood out to me was that prayer changes things. And through prayer, you get answers. So oftentimes we try to figure out, I'm going to deal with this in this way. I'm going to deal with this in this way. But we don't pray as we should. Or when we're praying for that particular thing. Now, I have learned a good way to pray. And that is I set an alarm for 3 times a day. 5 a.m., 5 p.m., and 9 p.m. And I get on my knees and pray. Not just lay in my bed and pray or while I'm driving pray. I get on my knees and pray because God does not see the seriousness in our prayer when we really don't take it serious ourselves. Oftentimes we're praying and we're doing it in spite of expecting something in return. We're never doing it just to do it and say, I should do this or I owe this to God because he has always done something for me. But immediately when I start praying and then I start being consistent with it every day, 3 times a day, I started seeing changes happen in my life. I started realizing that things that I once thought was for me or things that I once thought was going to be everlasting to me, it wasn't in my hands to figure out. God is going to help me figure that out. He's going to put people in my life that is going to be with me. He's going to put people in my life that are really going to be able to be there without me expecting them to be there or making it or thinking it through. Because all the times we say, what, this is the one. God has put him in my life and I know he's just going to be here forever. That's not the way God handles things, He doesn't do it like that. Sometimes we won't even know when it's really and truly going to be for us, You just have to go with the flow sometimes and pray to God that whoever he's putting in your life is truly and will forever be for you. But, as young people, we oftentimes want the wrong people to be for us. It's the reason God didn't allow them to be for you, And it's something that you should be doing to make sure that the people that's coming in your life will be for you. You should pray. And I'm not saying every time you get on your knees, you praying, oh my God, make sure he's for me. Oh my God, please, Jesus, just let him be the perfect man for me. Oh my God, make sure my best friend's going to give me all the money in the world. Oh my God, make sure this business is going to expand and touch so many lives. Oh my God, pray for other people. When is the last time you got on your knees and you prayed for somebody else's breakthrough? When is the last time that you got on your knees and you prayed that God is able to touch someone around you and not just touch you? Oftentimes he blesses someone else, it'll be a blessing for you. Don't just be selfish in your prayers. You can't be that. If you're going to be selfish in your prayers, God should be selfish in blessing you. And he's not. Pray for someone else. Maybe you should be praying for whoever that guy is that you truly want for yourself, because he may not be able to see where he needs to be through you, and that is okay, because God has something greater for you, but he may know of God through you. And I think it is very essential as a young person to truly understand this. Like, oftentimes we get so distracted because of men. Like, you all do not understand this. We often get distracted because of men. We often get distracted because we have people around us that are not benefiting us in ways. Or we oftentimes get distracted because we allow confirmation in people that may stay in our household. Or we allow confirmation in the person that is closest to us. Did you pray to God about it? Did he send you an answer? Did he send you a confirmation? Because the way you went about doing it was not the right way. And yet you're mad because he ain't on your team. That ain't how he works. You have to let him do it on his time, because you keep waiting, you keep being selfish or whatever, and you just might not get it now. Or he gonna make you wait longer than you should. But it is very important that we look to God for everything, and not to these young men, not to let them continue to break us down, and we're constantly looking towards the pastor to tell us what to do, or we're looking towards the nearest prophet or the nearest spiritual person to be able to tell us, hey, this is what you need to do, or this is what I did and I think it'll work for you. That ain't how God works. You're exactly right, Chinese. Let God be God. He's God for a reason. He's not God because you made him God. He was God before you even knew him. Do you hear me? And you must understand that we love because he first loved us. So you're not able to love that young man or that young lady because, hey, I love her just because, she do all these nice things, or I love her because of this, that, and the third. You wouldn't even know what love was or is if God didn't love you first. So we have to be clear of what's our purpose, who we should look to for our purpose, and what you're going to get from with praying to God to seek your purpose. But putting it in a man's hand, that ain't the way, people. That's not the way, And I can recall, a while ago where I used to be up 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning because, of course, we always say we can't sleep. Oh, man, I took a nap earlier. I can't sleep. Man, why I can't sleep? And then I started building a close relationship with God. So every time I couldn't sleep, I would go and find a spiritual word that would teach me something. And not just a spiritual word about anything, but just something that would keep me busy and store something inside of me. And the more I did that, the more I could sleep at night. And I started thinking, like, maybe God has me up in the middle of the night because this is the only time that he could get from me. God had to make me lose sleep in order to be able to let me know that you see me here. I'm the reason all these good things are happening to you, and yet you don't give me time. But he knew in the middle of the night when nothing was going on and I could give no more of my time to anyone, he made me stay awake. And once I started doing that, I was able to go to sleep. So I took a nap yesterday, maybe like a 2 to 3 hour nap. And I went to sleep late because I took a nap. It was like 12 o'clock, which was normal. And when she called me at 2 o'clock, we stayed on the phone for about 20 to 25 minutes. And I was able to go right back to sleep. Like, I wasn't tussling in my sleep. I was not fighting my sleep. I did not have to go to a spiritual word because I give him his time, he's going to make sure that he allows me to go to sleep at night. You all have to stop thinking that 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning when God does not allow you to sleep, that, oh, maybe I should just go on social media and scroll. Find a word. Go find a word. Go on Sarah Jakes Roberts, any spiritual person, anybody that give you a word or change your life. Go find something that could really benefit you, because staying up in the middle of the night and thinking that, man, I just can't sleep is the way. God is trying to get your attention. And it's time that we all wake up and realize that, because the way we're going about figuring out ways to do things is not the right way. No, I was not disturbed when she called me. No, I was not disturbed that I had to tell my friend about prayer, because we all know about prayer now. We all know about it. But do we do it as we should? No. And I don't think 3 times a day is enough prayer for God. No, I don't think that. However, it's a start. And yes, I do think, I should get to a point where I shouldn't have to set an alarm to remind me that I need to pray. That is true. However, it's a start. And I think with anything, when God sees that you're trying and sees that you're putting forth the effort, that is a start to him. And if you have to set an alarm to remember that, that's fine. Set you an alarm 3 times a day, just like I do, to remind yourself, you need to get on your knees and pray right now. You need to get on your knees and pray right now. And every time you need to be reminded, okay, this time I'm going to pray for the world. This time I'm going to pray for myself. And this time I'm going to pray for this man that I'm trying to pray that God keeps in my life because I want him so much to be with me for the rest of the life. Or I just pray God found me. Look, whatever that prayer is, divide your time. Divide it. And oftentimes we tell people when they say somebody in their family has died, oh, I'm going to pray for you, girl. Do we really be praying for those people? Or are we just saying it because we in hopes that they will feel better? Be a doer of your word. God is. He ain't just blessing us out here because he said, oh, I'm going to bless you, and he ain't giving them to us. He's really doing it. So I think it's a time where we're starting to be women and men of our word, because we're not. We oftentimes say, I'm going to put it in God's hands, or it's above me now. But with that figure of speech, that means you're giving it to God. So if it's truly above you now, give it to him. And not just say, I'm going to put it in your hands and you do whatever you want with it. Pray to him about it. Let him be able to use you and manifest you. And I think the main thing in this word is for us to seek and understand our purpose. Oftentimes we think we're living to just get rich. Exactly, Chinese. And and even from a pastor, you see, she has alarm set in her phone. And sometimes we get so busy with our daily lives that we forget. You better give God some of that time. You got to give him some of your time. Like, I can't stress that enough. The moment you start giving God some of your time, things in your life are really going to change. Like, oh my God. Sometimes I just be amazed at the way my life has taken off and the way he just allows people to be put in my life for a reason. Like, I cannot explain that enough. And it's time now where we start to say that if we want our life to shift, or want something to be made a change in our lives, we have to do something about that, you all. Like, we really have to do something about that. And don't be afraid to tell somebody that don't listen to nobody, girl, listen, you need to pray. Because right now it may seem that they're so far away from it that they may not get closer to it, but you still have to try. And spreading the gospel is your true purpose of being here. We need to get people to everywhere or the place that they want to be by just encouraging them. Like, it's nothing wrong with encouraging someone, whether they listening to you or not. Like, just do it. And I just really had to say that this morning because I'm quite sure, my friend is not the only one that's going through that. And I have not been the only one that has gone through that. And I think it's very important that you understand, like, where your true answers lie. They lie in prayer. It's nothing nobody in this world can tell you that's going to fix something. Whatever you may be dealing with. You have to pray to God. Like, pray to God. I cannot stress that enough. Like, pray to God. Like, you need to get on your knees and pray to God. Like, you have to let him know that you mean it. Like, you're in your most vulnerable moment every time you pray. Like, every time you pray, you're vulnerable for it. You're seeking that blessing and you're so hungry for it. You have to connect to God first. That is very true, Robert. Like, I don't think people understand that. Like, you have to. And it's nothing wrong with being young and praying to God. And that don't mean I don't sin. That don't mean I'm perfect. Nobody's perfect. We still have our other demons or other things that we're trying to battle with to become as close to God as possible. But it's very important that we start like now. Because I start now, I ain't no telling where I'm going to be when I get 45, But the longer you wait, the longer it's going to take you to get where you're trying to be. I don't think it gets no simpler than that. So you figure out how you're going to pray, what method you're going to use, and how you're going to let God use you. In the meantime, if you need me, or if you need some assistance on getting to that place, DM me. Go to my website and try to set up a one-on-one. Whatever may work for you, that is perfectly fine for me. I have no problem with helping anyone get to a place where I am or get to a place better than I am. Because maybe through you, I can see, look, I need to step my game up, man. God blessing her, and I need to be trying to do what she doing because I'm trying to get blessed too. We need to be blessed together, okay? So I'm not sitting here saying, oh, well, it's for me, it ain't for them. It's for us all, okay? So it is very important that we understand that, get that in our little minds, and understand that confirmation lies in no man, honey. Okay? It only lies in God. So you need to pray to get that confirmation. And he gonna send that love to you. He gonna send it to us all, but we must be patient and pray. That's all. I love you all so much. Thank you all so much for tuning in at this early hour, because it's so early in the morning. Share this video. Comment if you have any suggestions you want to give me on how I should be able to reach people and inspire people. Feel free to let me know. I'm not a confrontational person, and I take constructive criticism very well. Thank you all so much. May God bless each and every one of you all, the hearers and the doers of his word. Love you. 'Cause I don't wanna